Alright, YouTube, we are live. Gonna invite the Telegram now, and we're gonna jump straight into the trading day. We've got 10 minutes until our trading hours start. You guys can see we've got the line chart up because we are not trying to see the candles and get, in the markets before we should. So we'll switch it to the candles as soon as our trading hours start, but we're gonna give people some time to get in here. We're going to go over the word too, and we're going to start doing our technical analysis in about 4 minutes. That's weird. It looks like my live stream thumbnail is my old one. Let me do this. I don't think there's any changing it right now. Good morning, Rustum. We'll change it later, but that's weird. I'm surprised it still has my old thumbnail. Yeah, we'll change it later. But alright, let's jump into the word this morning, guys. And we're going to declare the word over our trading, over our lives, over our finances. We're going to speak over our lives what God has already spoken over our life, and we're going to start to see the power in that coming to pass as we start to stay consistent in it every day. So we're going to read, we're going to just read through the verses this morning while we've got time for everyone to get in here, and then we'll do our technical analysis. I remember the Lord my God, for it is he who gives me the ability to produce wealth, and so confirms his covenant which he swore to my forefathers. The Lord shall command the blessing upon me in my storehouse and in all that I undertake. The Lord makes me to have a surplus of prosperity through the fruit of my body. He blesses me in the land which he gives me. I am like a tree firmly planted by streams of water, ready to bring forth its fruit in its season. Its leaf also shall not fade or wither, and everything I do shall prosper and come to maturity. Because I seek the Lord, I shall not lack any beneficial thing. When I bring all the tithes, the whole tenth of my income, into the storehouse, that there may be food in God's house, the Lord of hosts will open the windows of heaven for me and pour me out such a blessing that there won't be room enough to receive it. When I give to the needy, I do not let my left hand know what my right hand is doing, so that my giving may be in secret, that my Father who sees what is done in secret will reward me. I do not store up for myself treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal, but I store up for myself treasures in heaven, where moth and rust do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where my treasure is, there my heart will be also. I give, and gifts are given to me, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. For with the measure I deal out, with the measure I use when I confer benefits on others, it will be measured back to me. My prayers and gifts to the poor have come up as a memorial offering before God. I keep out of debt and owe no man anything except to love others. If I sow sparingly and grudgingly, I also reap sparingly and grudgingly. And if I sow generously, that blessings may come to someone, I also reap generously and with blessings. I give as I have made up my own mind and purpose in my heart, not reluctantly or sorrowfully or under compulsion, for God loves, he takes pleasure in, prizes above other things, and is unwilling to abandon or do without, a cheerful, joyous, prompt to do it giver, whose heart is in his giving. My God will meet all my needs according to his glorious riches in Christ Jesus. God wants me to prosper and be in health, even as my soul prospers. Alright, we're going to jump into the technical analysis here. Let me read the chat. Yeah, I believe in one God. I believe in one God with different relations. So, like, he relates to us as Father, as Son, and as the Holy Spirit, but I believe he is one God. I think he is in a higher dimension than we are. He is outside of time and space in our third dimension realm. And I believe that he is one God, but in the way that we can understand him, we're understanding three aspects of his being: the Father, the Son, and the Spirit. So I think 100% that he is one God. He is inseparable. He is completely one. But I think as we can relate on our dimension, that he is he relates to us as Father, Son, and Spirit. But I believe he is completely one. No, I think Jesus is God. I think Jesus is God because he made claims that he was, and you have to either believe that he was, you have to, at the end of the day, you have to believe he was heretical, or you have to believe that he was God, because Jesus did not come just as a prophet or a messenger. He said that he was God, and there's many spots where he said he was God, um, like when he walked on the water. If you look at the actual like Greek, when he said, "Don't fear, it is I," it was like the same thing as the Hebrew, like "I am," right? And so he was saying, and also when he said, "Before Moses was, I am," he was referring that he was God, right? Because when he said, in the Old Testament, when Moses talks about, like when he encountered God, what shall I tell the people your name is? And God said, "Tell them I am." And so what Jesus was saying when they asked him, about like his divinity, he said, "Before Moses was, I am." He was saying he was God 100% there. Good morning, Joshua. Good morning. So yeah, that's if you know of C.S. Lewis, he is he was an atheist, and then extremely smart. He's a scholar, and he became an apologetic, defending the faith actually after getting saved way later on in life, and coming to the Christian faith. He said, you have to either think Jesus was out of his mind, or you have to believe that he was God, because that's what he said, right? So a lot of people think, oh, he was a prophet, he was a good teacher. Well, he can't just be those things because he claimed to be God, right? So um, that's where you have to like decide, okay, if he's right, then he's right in a way that it's more important than anything else, right? Like if Christianity's right, there's nothing more important than it. But if Christianity's wrong, then there's nothing, then it's just kind of like unfortunate for Christians, right? But at the end of the day, um, it's I don't know. It's something. The best piece of advice I can say to you is if you call in the name of Jesus, he'll answer, right? So that's the best piece of advice I can say to you. If you ask him if he's real, if you ask him if he's God, I really believe he loves you so much that he'll show himself to you in a way where you'll know the truth, right? Because I didn't just decide to be Christian because I read something. I didn't decide to be Christian because someone told me about it. I decided to be Christian because of a real experience with Jesus, that you can't even necessarily put into words. But that's what I always say to people. Just call on his name, and you don't have to call on him as God. Just ask him if he's God, right? And I believe he'll show himself to you in that way. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Yes, sir. John 1:1. Yeah, and then John testifies too that he was God. He was, um, the Word in the beginning, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Um, Guys, we're looking for a position, and it doesn't look like anything's set up quite yet for us on our pairs. We're looking for one trade. Um, we're just doing one trade a day now. Do we have a US cab? Um, doesn't look like US CAD is set up anywhere for us. It's not really holding anything. It's kind of broken through all of our points of demand. Hey Matthew, yeah, that's the worst. If you guys watched yesterday, that's literally what happened to me. You guys gotta watch the breakdown video. If you didn't yesterday, the breakdown video was insane. Okay, honestly, I like shorts here. I would like to see even like price come up into here potentially, but like if it holds here, there could be buys too. Um, let's take a look, like bigger picture, when we're looking at previous demand. Price came into there, and when price came into here, where did price go? Price went straight up here. If price is holding here and causing a change of character, we could see price go, all the way back up there. Um, there's potential for that, for sure. So buys aren't totally terrible, but I will say that with it breaking this to go higher, it could be faking out to go lower. I don't know though. If there's not buys right here, there might be buys right here, and that might be a really good entry to go higher. But I do see price potentially coming higher on Euro US dollar. Australian US dollar hasn't really set up with anything. You got in a short on Euro CAD and it's still going. Might be a good thing that you said that. That way I can just keep an eye on Euro going lower. US Swiss franc, not really reacting off anything, but maybe this being our next point of reaction if price wants to come higher. Let's just keep an eye. We took out New Zealand US dollar, guys. Yesterday was rough for us. I will be the first to tell you that. Price did not close there yet though. We're only going to be doing things on candle closures from now on. So we're going to enter on a candle close. We're only going to move our stop loss on candle close, and we're going to only like try to take profit on candle closes, right? Price is holding in this demand and break right here. The question is, oh yeah, honestly I do see potential for price to go up with the weaker US dollar today. With everything going on. How big would our stop loss be on this? 6 pips? That's not bad. But now it's pulled in supply too, but if it breaks above this, really just gonna have to decide which one we want. I think we could see a weaker US dollar today. Let's look at it across the board. We got 1 minute and 40 seconds left. It's been going down on all these pairs. Australian dollar, US dollar. I honestly kind of like Euro US dollar buys just because I like to see price come up here. I like to see price come up here from this push right here. We got 1 minute left. Yeah, yesterday's stream was rough. Man, I wasn't even logged into my brokerage account. I was not even logged in, and then we choked out a position that gave us that ran 30 pips in 20 minutes right after. But there's really not much you can do about that. We got 40 seconds left. Oh man, my bad. Oh well, we're locked in. We want to be on this pair. Yeah, I like the buys. We're gonna get in the buys. Gonna wait for the candle to close. Okay, we're in. This is our position for the day, guys. 5.7 right here, so we're gonna put it 1 pip below. That's 6.7. Let me extend that out again. My bad. Alright, this is our position for the day, guys. We can get rid of anything below it. And now we're going to basically lock in candle to candle closure and try to scale up our position. Not scale it up, but try to lock in profits as we go. Let's clear out all our other charts because this is going to be our last trade for the day. or our only trade for the day. We're only doing one trade a day right now. And we're trying to go to the moon, guys. We are trying to get all the way up here. Where's it at? Way up here. I'll mark it in red really quick. So we want to see it push right to this top. Of course, I'm going to lock in as we go if price does indeed push for us. But if price does push for us, guys, that's going to be 40 pips. The markets have been moving lately. They have been moving lately, I'm not going to lie. But this is like our ultimate take profit, and we'll just try to secure as much as we can on the way, guys. What are you guys trading today? Are you guys in the markets right now? I know you're in a Euro CAD position short, so hopefully the US dollar is an offset for our pairs right now. Hopefully the dollar's weak against the euro, and hopefully the CAD's strong against your euro. I'll put this on the chart right here, where we get 2009. That's as far as we want it to go, right? So, you guys are about to watch a 1 to 6 get filled. We'll see. We'll see. We'll definitely see. This time of day is a perfect time, though, for it to happen if it's going to. I don't know why my thumbnail's wrong. I don't know why that kind of bothers me. I like the old thumbnail, though, too. I'll probably just change it after. I made a new live stream thumbnail. The purple one that you guys see, but for some reason this is my old one that cramps in capital just with the words. It's like our banner. But I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to lock in profits the right way this time. What we're going to do is we're going to move it candle to candle as the candles push for us, instead of trying to, if you guys watched yesterday, oh my gosh, we choked out a good trade by moving it too soon. Let me do this though. I'll put this thing on after, because honestly it kind of does get in the way of what I'm seeing. I haven't put those things, I only put those things on the chart honestly when I do like the for the Telegram. I usually put them on the chart after for the Telegram, but I have not been putting them on while I actually trade in a while. Waiting on GBP USD for a long position. I swing trade, by the way. What's your favorite time frame to trade when you swing trade? Is it the 4 hour or do you go higher? Because I love the 4 hour chart. Like I want to get back into swing trading, but I'm thinking about just like doing it kind of more for fun on the side. I don't have a massive amount of cap. Like most of my capital is probably in this account right now, so maybe put like in 1,000 just to do it on like MetaTrader to try to get back into it. But I love swing trading the 4 hour chart. Four hours the best, yeah, I agree. Okay guys, you guys can see that this candle is our new low, and now we're going to move our stop loss 1 pip below that as this candle closes. If the push is going to continue and respect itself, we don't want this low to be cleared, but this is more valid market structure now. So we've got 1.1, so we'll put it at 2.1 or 2.2. So we've covered some risk, but we've done it in the right way. This candle closed, it created a new range, right? This red is our new range. We'll get rid of that supply. It's actually closed through that supply now. So now we want to see price continue to push up for us, but now we've locked in and covered some risk, but we've done it the right way, right? We're executing in a way that respects the highs and lows of these candles. And so if we can get a nice, push to the upside as we trail these candles, that would be great. But I'll kind of show you while this is playing out now too. You guys can see that it honestly, when price does push, you do get good respect on trailing candle to candle. Like let's say we were going short here, and you just trail your stop loss candle to candle, right? Like as long as it keeps pushing down until it even thinks about doing something else, it it respects those candles, and then you can see it kind of like chops up here. But this clean push respects those candles. Um, and yeah, you guys can look back in time, like on the charts, and see it, and you'll see it as we start to implement it more properly here. But that's what we're basing our stop loss on right now, is the low of the candle that pushes for us. Now, if this candle closes bearish, we're not moving our stop loss. We're only going to trail it up with candles that push bullish for us. We only want to trail it under orange candles right now, candles that are moving in our favor. If it was a sell position, we would be doing the exact opposite, going the other way. If we can get this next area of supply though, we would see a nice 8 pip win for the day. It would be a nice trade. If we can break that supply, let's mark up some areas where price could go after that. If we just want to have it ready, right? We can do more as price goes up if we get this price to push for us. Right now though, our immediate opposition would be like right here. We need price to break through that. I'll stop moving around for you guys. Yeah, now that you're bringing that up, I love swing trading. I never tried this though with 4-hour candles, but I thought about it. It's crazy that you bring that up, Josh, because I thought about trading like the supply and demand lines with 4-hour candles. I've never even looked at it on a chart, honestly, and all the time I've been doing it, I've only ever done it on 5-minute candles, because it was like the first time frame I tried it on, and it worked, so I never even switched it. And I always traded like more of smart money concepts um, on swing trading. So like I would trade essentially like supply and demand zones, but like with, you know, break of structure, change of character, internal, like I would identify external and internal market structure, kind of like the Dow theory essentially, on the way price is trending and stuff like that. So guys, we are getting price to push for us pretty nice here. We are pushing 4.8 pips. We are going to move our stop loss when this candle closes 1 pip below there, so it'll be like barely break even. But yeah, we don't want to give up any profit. Make one-time stream doing it if you have time. For are you talking about swing trading? Do it like try to do a like the smart money concept swing trading on a stream? Guys, this candle is not closing in a good way for us, but we're gonna have our stop ready 1 pip below it, because if it closes bullish, that's what we're doing. So 0.7 here, so we'll go to negative 0.3 will be our stop if this candle closes. Oh, it's not closing that way. 1.2, so we'll put it back at 2.2. We'll just wait. Yeah, it closed bearish, guys, and it wicked out this high here. We'll see if it's faking people out to go lower, or if it actually is going lower. But either way, we're gonna keep our stop loss right here with this last bullish candle for us in this push. Yeah, maybe I could. Yeah, maybe I'll do some swing trading again. If I do swing trading again, just like with a smaller account, maybe look for 1 or 2 trades a week. I can put like the actual signals in here. It's hard to do the signals in there with this strategy though. Um, but yeah, the psychology part is hard about swing trading because um, the hardest part in trading for me, especially psychologically, is where do I take my profit? Right? Like the stop loss is easy to figure out sometimes, the entry is easy to figure out, but it's like the harder part is where do you take your profit? Price is turning a little bit here. Honestly, that is a good wick for price to go lower. We've covered some risks today, guys, but we're gonna keep things where we're at. We want to see price push a little higher for us. Whatever happens, happens, but this is our only trade today. Um, yeah, yeah, you might be right. Fair value gap right here. Oh, it broke it. It broke it. It broke the fair value gap. But honestly, I've seen price break the fair value gap and then still go. But the only, like, the biggest thing in our favor right now, guys, believe it or not, is this this huge push up yesterday in London. London just took off August 5th and went straight up. I mean, like, it skyrocketed about 60 pips. And then ultimately it came up and went even further. It pushed about 100 pips yesterday before New York even opened. So I'd love to see that push right there and price kind of changing character internally. This is an internal change of character. I don't see this as a real external change of character until price breaks this. And so what we could see is we could see price, if price is going to go lower and fail to go higher, like we could still be in a good trade because we could see price come here, fail to go higher, or even just barely wick this and then just tank to the downside, all the while building up like liquidity in here for price to clear out. So that's like, I still think even if price is going to go short, I think it would have to fail to go higher here. It's just a matter of what's it going to do before it gets up to there, right? Yeah, it broke the fair value gap. It definitely broke the fair value gap, but just barely. So I'd like to see it pushing a little bit now for us. You can see right here, and we'll zoom in some. Price definitely wicked out that fair value gap. So there's hope. There's hope, guys. There's hope for us. There's hope for us. If price holds up in here even though, I'd be comfortable taking profits just depending on how close we can trail our stop. If we can't trail our stop that close, we'll probably take all our profits. Like if the full candle goes there, we're not going to just give up 10 pips, right? But we are pushing a little bit further for us. See, so this, I'll explain to you guys what I mean. Like if price came all the way up here and our stop loss had to be below this candle, like let's say a pip, like, and then this candle filled all the way up here, like I'm not gonna put my stop loss like that far away from where price push and give up that push if price comes all the way back down. So like I would take my profits up there, but at this point I'm gonna just trail it below this candle, because I like price coming higher still. I do. We've got 15 seconds. Let's see where we can put it below 0.01 or just negative 0.1. So we'll do negative 1.1 because this candle's closing right now, right? So if price wants to continue higher now, we'll put it 1 pip below this candle or whatnot, and we'll keep trying to go higher. I want to see price break through here, and I want to see it give us, enough space for us to trail our candle like that, for us to not have to just take full profits there. You'll see what I mean if we get closer. But we've covered most of our risks today, guys. After commissions, we're risking a little less than 1% probably on this trade at this point, when our initial risk was maybe like is probably like 2%, 2.5%. So we've taken off at least, I would say 75% of our risk at this point, and we've got just this one trade for the day with the chance for it to push immensely for us. I want to see just like when we get a good push, you really do see just like candle after candle, right? And like it happens, you know what I mean? Like this push right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like seven candles in a row, just 35 minutes in a row, guys. Price just pushing for you, you know what I mean? You guys can see though, price is, so this entire area right here, price is coming into now. So we're gonna love to see price push up a little bit and close bullish for us. That way we can trail our stop at least below that candle, right? Now if price holds this supply line and it holds right at it, there's a chance price reverses, and I don't know if I'd want to give up 4.6 pips for the day. So we'll just kind of see how it reacts on the supply line. 4.6 on top of the 6 we've already got or whatnot. Yeah, Rustem, you were right. You were right. The fair value gap did break, or it did fail to hold, and now it's going higher some. So we'll just kind of see. But we'll be able to move our trade into profit if this candle closes bullish for us. But we're gonna make sure we execute on this position the right way, not like yesterday. Got 2 minutes though until this candle closes. Rustem, if you're in this trade too, how high do you think it's gonna go? How high do you think we have it going? There's no news today, so we could see just a nice clean move to the upside. I mean, it already is making some of that move, but I'd like to see it continuing. What time frame are you looking on? I'd say the most obvious thing for it to clear right now would be right here. I'd love to see it clear that high. I feel like there might be some liquidity there. You think there might be some liquidity here, right here? I think that would be the next point on the 5 minute at least. We got 47 seconds here. Price isn't giving us the full volume to the upside that we want to see, but we're gonna hold strong, and I hope it will start to kick in here. We're gonna hold strong, guys. 30 seconds. Could be target. This is what we're talking about. If this box gets taken, then it's definitely in an uptrend. We're gonna get a little bit closer right now. We're negative 1.1 pips, but let's see if this closes bullish. We'll put it at 2.4 if it does. Doesn't look like it's going to, so we're probably not putting our stop here, but we're just gonna have it ready. It did close bullish, guys, so we are 2.4 pips, which is just 1 pip below here. So we are locked in right now with our stop loss in profit for the day. So guys, today is a winning day no matter what. And now let's see what we can't get out of this trade. This is risk-free though, and it's respecting that candle low. We'll just see what happens. But if we could go to the moon today, that would be nice, because I really like to see price match that 100 pip move it made yesterday. that would be the best trade or best scalp at least we've taken on this channel. I'm trying to think of the highest trade, the most pips I got in one of these trades. Might have been back in the day. I say back in the day, it was like a year ago when I was first live streaming. I think we made like 60 pips maybe. But yeah, price just went for us all day. And the reason I like this so much, just so you guys know, the trade that I made like 60 pips on back in the day, when I was trading like this, it had made a move like this the previous day, and then I was looking to match that move the next day, and I literally picked, you guys, I'll have to go back in time and find it. I had literally picked like the exact candle that price turned on too, and then price ended up moving up the entire day. I had like a 2 pip stop loss and like a 60 something pip take profit by the time I ended up closing the trade. It was absolutely insane. We can get, this is the demand we went off though. I'll just leave that on there for the video later. But price needs to push significantly for us at this point. It's just creating like liquidity with these wicks. Look at, guys, we'll bar replay this really quick. This right here, it created a fake out to the downside. This right here failed to break this high, and then it ended up breaking the high. Like, so I think like now this candle too, like they could just be faking out like the retail right now with these candles and then just coming and clearing all of this. Let's look at the 1 hour. Oh yeah, that's a textbook. That's a textbook supply and demand play. Textbook. What I've noticed a lot in supply and demand when it reacts like this, so like I like to look for like the immediate push, right? Like that where that one candle went even. So like in this case it would be like right here. Like sometimes it matches the entire move and that would be ideal. But you like to see kind of like where that initial move pushed, because sometimes even if supply and demand fails to go the full move, it will match that one move. So like what I mean is this would be, let me take this off because I'll show you guys. This would be like the first part of the move, right? I'll do that, and then the full move would be like literally all the way to the top, right? And so sometimes like what I've seen is price will match the first part of the move and then it will fail to make the full move. So that's why I like targeting like that first, like where did price go to first before it started turning at all, and that's this red line. We've got another candle to move our stop loss under. It's not going to be much higher, but it will take off a little bit. It will save us maybe like a half pip more, or we might make a half pip more, which all of that matters when we're trading like this. So we'll see. We've got 28 seconds. But right now we want this low to be respected on this bull candle. Got 12 seconds left. Might be moving. I'll just put it here just in case we have a bullish close. 3.9, so we would do it at 3.4. Oh no, we would do it at 2.9, not 3.9, because we're putting it 1 pip below. We'll see, guys. Price is not, it's just kind of slowly went up. It's failing to go higher. We might get taken out here. Price might be selling off, but we'll see if it respects, you know, this candle low right here. If it does, we could see price go up to the upside. I don't want to take full profits though until like we're at least right here, because that's where I see price coming. It's 10:30 right now though. I'm glad we didn't put it a half a pip below there, guys. You guys saw how we fixed that and made it right. 1 pip is the perfect amount of breathing room. Let's see if we can't get the push to the upside now though. I love that reaction that we just had right there. I'd love to see price just break up through the supply though. Yeah, I'm keeping the stop loss 1 pip below the candle pushes. I'm trading 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. So that's just where I'm looking for my entry. If we're already at 10:30, let's say this trade just keeps pushing up for us today and it makes sense to keep trailing our stop and not take full profits. We're gonna keep the trade going, right? I'll even like stream past that, but ultimately we're only looking for an entry between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. and right now we're just doing one trade a day. We got 3 minutes though. Want to make sure price is holding. Hey guys, thanks for joining the stream. We've got a good stream today. We've got a profitable trade no matter what, and we're gonna see if price can go up further for us. But it's holding the bottom of this candle pretty good, but who knows what's gonna happen, guys. We just need more buyers than sellers here. Market's been choppy this morning. We haven't got a real nice flow of price. Like, price is just kind of wicking up, wicking down, and slowly going up. But I mean, what I mean by a nice flow of price, like look over here to the left, price just flowed nice downward. It didn't really like do much else than just go down. Usually during these trading hours, we get a nice flow of price. And I'm hoping we can get a nice flow of price to the upside. There is some resistance, you know, in here, and I think that's why it's chopping like this, but we'll see. Well, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. We're doing good. We had a rough trading day yesterday, but we are bouncing back. I'll show you really quick, since we got a minute 28, where we're at since we started live streaming the supply and demand line strategy. We started at 9,382. Our count yesterday was up to 10,213, but we took a nasty $300 loss. So we're at 9,881. And I'll show you guys too. We are, you can see our account balance right here. Raw pricing account, forex.com. It is it's a real cash account that we're trading with our broker straight off of TradingView. Absolutely love the integration. It makes our lives so much easier. I love TradingView. We're trading supply and demand lines. We are trading supply and demand lines. So basically we don't look at necessarily the box of demand, but what we're trading is the opening price of that demand, right? And so right now, what we're looking for, our next opposing supply and demand line, we call it SDL, supply and demand lines, is right here. So not necessarily I'll show you, we just got taken out, guys. Not necessarily the supply zone right here, but the opening price of that supply zone. We didn't make too much money today, guys. We made a couple dollars, but it does add to the account and it does keep us going up. Yeah, the opening price is absolutely a game changer, 100%. It completely changes the game because it allows you to be so specific with your entries and to know exactly when to get in, right? So guys, we got locked in today. We did it the right way. Price just ended up chopping up for us. Let me bring over the trading journal. We only made like maybe 30 something dollars today, but it definitely adds to the P&L overall. Especially now, we made like 40 something dollars today, but it definitely helps after a big blow up day like yesterday. So just small win today, guys, but little by little makes it increase. And now that we're not doing that stupid the way I was trailing my stop loss before, it's gonna just be a lot better overall. So a win is a win, that's for sure. That's definitely for sure. The account is growing again. We're up like 550 from the starting balance, so it's going well. But let's see how much we made today, guys. But yeah, we just want to play it safe. We want to lock in profits like that, and when the days where where we get a nice flow of price, where price just goes candle after candle, that's going to be our big winning days. Like you see, like the 292, 272. These trades where we win, we literally won in one trade, right? So like we lost this much in 2 trades. So you have to realize like our risk to reward is perfect with this strategy. Like we lost $332 in 2 trades, but we're winning 292 in one trade, 177 in one trade, 272 in one trade, and then we get like smaller days, break even day. Like, see, the days with 2 trades are the only days that we've absolutely lost money. And looking back on this, it's like, all right, why don't we just go for one trade and we do it right and make, the right money on it? You know what I mean? But we made $42 today. Which, granted, I would rather have not had that loss at the start of this week, but I'm looking at it as where we're at from our account up overall, and we are up a good amount. We're up over 6% in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trading days, which is technically less than 2 trading weeks, and we're up like 6%. So, we're locked in, guys. The strategy is working. I'd like to see at least 10% every. I'd like to see 10% like a month, so every 4 trading weeks. This is only 2 trading days, so we'll count this as like our first full week, second full week, third full. Like basically every 20 trading days, we want to see like 10%. That's the goal. Oh yeah, I'm glad to hear that. I've never tried it on the 1 minute. I bet it's super helpful though, for sure. Yeah, Pez, I just trade Forex. So the pairs that we're trading is Euro US dollar, Australian US dollar, US CAD, and US franc. Guys, take a look at this. We've got price coming down against us now, so it looks like our stop loss was perfect right under there. Um, Yeah, 8 to 10% a month is the goal. And if you guys have been watching this channel, we've been really taking some time over the course of this series to like find, where we like we're trying to find our like rhythm, right? And trying to find what works. And if you guys have been watching ever since the end of July, we've really found what's working for us. And this is kind of, when we start live streaming again, and we're just we're seeing great results. And so now that we're locked in with what we're doing, we're finally seeing some good account growth. We're, consistent with the live streams. I really think, especially with the end of this year, the election coming up over in the United States, and everything going on in the world, the markets are just going to be moving. I feel like we're going to get some serious price movements, and we're going to be able to really take advantage of growing our account with being disciplined and locked in right now. Like, let me tell you guys this, for everyone watching right now, this is the most important time right now for you to take your trading seriously. There's going to be so much opportunity coming up in the markets, and you have to be disciplined, you have to be consistent, you have to be locked in, and you have to really get your execution down, right? We have to execute the right way. That reminds me, guys, I put this on yesterday after having that blow up day. I have execution criteria. Let's break this down really quick. You guys can see it's all in red right here. I'll read it to you if you're watching on your phone. I have to enter at a 5-minute supply and demand candle close and hold. The idea for this execution criteria, by the way, guys, is um, want to have our entry, stop loss, and take profit should only happen on candle closes. So I should only enter on a 5-minute supply and demand line candle close. I should only move my stop loss with every candle close and only candles that push in our direction. And then my take profit, I should only take profit on a candle close. And so what I mean by that is if I, like, let's say price held right here on the supply and demand line, and the candle closed holding it, and we were, let's say, 10, 15 pips, 20 pips in profit, I would just take my profit for the day and be done, right? Like, we got a good push, we came into opposing supply, and now, let's take our profit. So that's what I mean. I implemented this execution criteria. So now, at the end of the day, like, you guys can see my adjustments here. We're doing 1 trade per day. We're doing entry execution criteria, and then we're not trading New Zealand US dollar anymore. And so now I've put in my trading journal, is my entry, did I execute properly? My stop loss, did I execute properly? And my take profit, did I execute properly? And the take profit's just closing it when a candle closes in an area of, opposition, or it's just letting your stop loss get hit as you trailed it properly. So we're going to be checking this off. Guys, this is so important. Journal, you need to have 2 separate journals. You need to have a trading journal, which you have all the numbers, where you have your execution criteria, and then you need to have a trading day journal where you guys can see right here I put like different like, I guess, journals every day. But yesterday I was able to really lock in with my journal, and I was able to make some good changes that made us $42 today. Whether it's a little or a lot, we made $42 in 30 minutes, and we're going to continue to add to our account little by little. You guys know what the scriptures say. Whoever adds little by little causes increase, right? Whoever gathers little by little will cause growth. So it's a spiritual concept of gathering little by little, and we need to constantly refine our process and focus on how to avoid these big losses so we can keep getting these green days. Sorry for rambling there, guys. Let me go to the chat. So, Rustam, other strategies I've tried and I liked and didn't like. I like, so I've tried a strategy before, which is taught by this guy Kojo Forex. I took one of his courses. I liked it, but it just didn't come up often enough, and I didn't have the best eye for it. But it was a 4-hour, it was a 4-hour trendline break fake out strategy. So, like, basically he taught like this strategy where there would be a trend line, and this would be on the 4-hour. Price would break, and then this candle would break right here, and whatever candle this was, you would put like a line below it, and if the next candle held this line, you would basically put price coming up, and it would be like a fake breakout. This strategy is beautiful if you have an eye for it, and if you watch if you watch the 4-hour chart, it's a beautiful fake out strategy. Another strategy I've always liked is supply and demand. I do like supply and demand zones, overall, like we just watched earlier on the 1-hour. Like, I do like this. However, I like the opening price a lot more than the actual zone. But in the past, when I've always traded on the higher time frame, I've always traded the zones. I've never even tried the lines. Like, the line would be right here. Price didn't hold this line, so it's like, I don't know. I've never really tried it on the higher time frame, but I bet it does work. And then another strategy, like, so I'll be honest though, the strategy I've made the most money with is this strategy. Probably, like, the only reason my account like has stayed this high is that it got this high in the first place was because of supply and demand line trading. And so I've tried other strategies since then, and I haven't lost money, but I broke even a lot with other strategies. This strategy, I think whatever strategy you use, as long as you implement some type of locking in your stop loss, you'll be a lot more profitable. because if you let full stop loss get hit every time, it starts to drain your account, right? Um, yeah, I've tried, so what I mean by opening exactly is like, so if you, no supply and demand, supply would be like this entire candle right here, right? Because it's the last bull candle before the bears came in and completely started to push price down and cause a break of structure right here, right? So this was the supply that caused this break of structure. Instead of doing this full candle, what I do is the open price of this candle, which would be right here. You can see that opening price on that dot right there. Yeah, so I've watched a lot of SMC and ICT concepts and stuff like that. This is technically our trading hours is technically it's technically ICT silver bullet trading hours. I just found it to be um I found it to work really well for my strategy, and it's actually I never in the past when I traded supply and demand lines I never traded these trading hours. I traded 8 a.m. to 12, and let me tell you, sitting on the charts that long sometimes was terrible. Um, but yeah, so this 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., that is like our favorite trading hours now, and that's the same trading hours that the silver bullet strategy is traded on for ICT. No, we don't trade New York opening range. We just basically look to the left. Like this morning, I'll show you. We're looking for price to hold into some demand or some supply. These were our two closest supply and demand. We liked price going up, and we got in buys right here on the next candle after that candle closed. Put our stop loss below there, and we were targeting essentially up here. But basically, price, we only got like a few pips today. It was like we put our stop loss 1 pip below there. So we made 2.9 pips today. Our initial risk was much greater, so honestly, but we locked it in as we went, and that was our trade for the day, if that makes sense. 9 to 10. That's a good time to trade too with the New York stock market opening too. Some volume definitely kicks in, like we can see at like 9:30, especially right in here. Um, I trade based on a rejection of the line. So you saw that price rejected and held that line. It went. Yeah, Rustin, we both got kicked out. Yeah, we got kicked out of this trade. Um, at the end of the day, though, I'm not upset about it because we were able to make a little bit of money, but at the same time, too, like I said, price on the 5 minute right now is in a downtrend, because this, I would say, is like our range, right? I would say our range is from like this high to this low, and you can see where we were seeing a lot of choppiness was at that 50% and 61.8%. Like technically, if we're looking at Dow theory, price is still in a downtrend. This is all internal structure. This point did not break lower right here. It did not break lower than this point over here. And so since it did not break lower, this is not a valid swing high. So we were basically fighting against the trend right now, but I was okay with doing that because of the demand that got pushed off of over here. So ultimately I like price going up still, but I wanted to see a nicer flow of price. I wanted to see candle after candle push up. That would really show us that we were seeing another reaction to demand. We just didn't get it, and that's okay. We trailed our stop loss the right way, and we were able to bank some profits. Um, but yeah, you can learn something from every trade every day. It's always good to journal it. It's always good to look back on what the chart did, on um, how you acted, how you executed. Today, I'm very happy with the way we executed today. We were patient. We waited for the candles to close. We just didn't see a nice flow of price like we've been talking about. Price was choppy. There was potential for price to reverse, especially in that pullback, like the 61 area. Huge potential for price to continue lower if it wanted to. Um, and we just hadn't reached any supply yet, so we were just kind of trying to make our way to that supply. Eventually, now guys, you see that it did, but it just didn't make it there in this trade, and we were able to stay locked in though and make some money. I'm glad to hear that, Matthew, because today today's we had to make a big adjustment to be able to be patient today, because yesterday we weren't patient and it cost us $1,000. We would have made $1,000 on that trade yesterday, and instead we lost $300 for the trading day because we were impatient. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Yesterday hurt really bad. Not to the account. We lost 3% in 2 trades. Our risk was low, but like the reason it hurt yesterday, guys, was because I felt I didn't do my best. I felt I could have done better. I felt that um, I felt I didn't lose because of my strategy, but I lost because of me, right? If you lose because of your strategy, if you get like taken out and you only make $40 when price goes higher, but you still followed your system and you still were patient and you were disciplined and you executed the right way, I don't care if price goes 100 pips today after this. I did what I came to do and I executed properly. Yesterday I didn't though. You know what I mean? Yesterday I didn't execute properly, and it cost us money and it left a lot of money on the table, and I was kind of beating myself up, and I had a decision to make yesterday. I was either going to get upset, could have got back into the markets, could have just said, I'm going to take a week off, or, something crazy like that. But what I did instead is I journaled my thoughts. You guys can see, I put an angry face here. I did not accept my risk. Wrote a whole journal about it. We came into our trading journal. We made some adjustments. You guys can see right here. And now we put execution criteria in place. And now we're able to come back, even if it's only a slightly green day. We're back on track, and we did what we came to do, and we're a lot more focused now. So um, it's a whole different story losing because of you instead of losing because of your strategy. You know what I mean? Thanks, Rustam. I appreciate that. I appreciate your guys' support, and I appreciate you guys being in here. It makes it a lot better. There's some accountability when you guys are here trading with me, because like yesterday was a rough day, so I just appreciate you guys being here. Um, I've thought I so in the past when I traded supply and demand lines, I only traded Australian dollar, US dollar. The reason I'm not doing that now is because I love to be able to see the correlation of the US dollar between all these pairs. It helps me get a better feel for the direction price is going. And sometimes price just sets up like beautifully. You know what I mean? Like, it might not set up on one pair, but like if I look across all my pairs, price tends to set up like it just sent like it's like one of the trades jumps out at you, right? Like one of the trades just jumps out at you. I did get rid of one pair though, New Zealand US dollar, because I felt like we just had too much going on, and the commission and spread costs were way too expensive. So we got rid of one pair, but now we've got 2 pairs with the US dollar on one side and 2 pairs with the US dollar on the other. Um, yeah, Rustum, you feel it with all your soul. Like it takes you to a dark place emotionally, like trading does. Like you really have to go to the depths of these emotions for you to see the breakthrough. Like you have to have something broken at such a deep level in trading to be able to have the discipline to not let these things affect you, right? You have to like take the punches. It's a really tough game, and it takes so much time, especially when you have to deal with the personal stuff, right? You have to deal with like the person you are. Like I've never had anything like any other job or any other thing in life that really confronts every aspect of your being the way trading does, right? Like the markets do whatever they want. They don't care about your feelings, and they're going to go up or they're going to go down, and you have to be the type of person who cannot care about the noise You don't care if you take a loss, and you're able to just keep showing up and doing the same thing. It sounds so easy. Trading, if it was, you know, like as easy as it sounds, everyone would be making money, but the truth is it's so hard to be the person who can show up every day and do the same thing. It literally takes so many times of messing up and doing the wrong thing to eventually start to being able to do the right thing. And then you still make mistakes. Like yesterday, we still made mistakes. And it's being okay with making mistakes and not blowing up your account, right? Yesterday could have easily turned into a negative $2,000, $3,000 day, had we been the person we were a year ago or 2 years ago when we were trading. We would have blown our account out of the water. But yesterday we accepted our losses because we know from messing up so many times that there's not going to be any good in trying to make our money back for the day, right? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I've never traded the break of the line. I wouldn't do that. Technically, from a supply and demand aspect, when it broke this line, it was still in this box. So I wouldn't consider breaking it. Um, I've never even looked at it though. It might be worth checking out to see if it's breaking. I do like locking in my profits as price breaks it though, but no, I hadn't done that. It might be worth looking into and seeing how the charts work. I learned supply and demand from, I actually hadn't even heard of it until like a year into trading. I was trading Fibonacci for the longest time, um, until I learned about supply and demand. And I heard about it from this guy's course. It wasn't even, um, the guy who taught supply and demand in it, he was like kind of like a guest teacher in the course. He didn't even it wasn't even his course. He just had his own section that the actual main mentor brought on. Um and then I like completely ignored all the main mentor stuff and was listening to the supply and demand stuff. He taught SMC concepts, market structure, internal, external market structure, change of characters, supply and demand, like how to actually identify if supply and demand's valid, stuff like that. And then eventually I came on the supply and demand lines, um, kind of on my own. I kind of just I just noticed it one day, and it just worked, right? And it worked in a weird way. I feel like I'll take it. Yeah, Rustam, I think it could. I think if it breaks this high right here, it's either gonna fail to break this high or it's gonna wick it out, and then I think it could go lower, and then if it does go up it could go higher like that, or we could just see price like break it and then go lower or something like that if it wicks. If it closes above here though, I do think price, no, I don't think, I know price is in an uptrend until it would break, like here. This would be our new protected low if price closes above there. It does hurt a little bit to see price going up all this much more today, but like I said, guys, we did our execution. We didn't get the nice flow of price. Zoomed in now, guys, you can see even right here how price was following, like price is respecting the low of these candles. So when you get a nice flow of price like this, it respects these candle structure points. Like you can see it so clearly. We just didn't get a nice flow of price. You can see our entire trading, um, the entire time we were in this trade right here for like this 30 minutes or whatever. Price did not just push in one way for us. It just kind of wicked. The fact that we were able to make money off of this at all was great, because it was just kind of choppy, like this is what we were looking for when we got in this trade, and this is usually what we see at the beginning of our trading hours. Today we didn't see it. It happened a little later, um, and and it is what it is, right? But we were able to lock in some profits for the day. Guys, it is 11. I am going to get off the stream now. I'm glad we were able to stay on and talk a little bit longer today. And I'm super grateful for everyone who joined. We've got a very good thing going here. And just super grateful for your support. Guys, check out the breakdown video later. We'll talk about how we were able to execute according to our plan and how we were able to make some profits for the day. And we were able to come back after a losing day and break our losing streak immediately. And now we are back on track and we're locked in with our execution criteria. And we're going to give a good word of God today, too. And we're going to break down some scripture. That way we can grow spiritually, psychologically, and in our trading. But I absolutely love you guys. Thank you all for joining, and thank you for like getting active and chatting with me. It's really like one of my favorite parts of the day. So I can't wait to be on with you guys tomorrow, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your trading day if you're still trading. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.